2016, Easy Nation. Let's hope to have another great year of videos. At the beginning of the year, I am beginning Top 5 series once again with my 3rd episode. Now, for people who are new to the channel, I'll explain what my top 5 is. What my top 5 is I take an actor, a director, or I take a franchise. I watch the movies through the month, and then I give you a top 5 movies from my opinion only. So, each month I'm going to try to do it with a movie that's coming out. Try to theme it around that area. It will usually come out the first week of the month. So, for example, February, Hail Caesar's coming out, a Coen Brothers movie. I will be doing a Coen Brother marathon before Hail Caesar comes out. So look for that in February. I'll also be doing a Christopher Nolan marathon since Batman v Superman is coming out. Even though Christopher Nolan is not attached to Batman v Superman, he is a executive producer. But this month, I am bringing you my top 5 Harry Potter movies. That's right, my top 5 Harry Potter movies. Why am I doing this one? Well, Fantastic Beasts and Where to Find Them comes out in November. Last year, I watched all 6 Star Wars movies again. I did that mainly because I got the Blu-rays for Star Wars, and I wanted to watch them again, and I've watched them a couple times since. But this Christmas, I got the Harry Potter movies on Blu-ray. I got them on a pretty good deal. $30, where they usually cost like $90. This is a great deal. So before we begin, I will talk to you about, before we get to the top 5, as I always do, I like to go through a little history lesson of the Harry Potter franchise. Harry Potter, it started out as a book series. The first book was Harry Potter and the Philosopher's Stone, which was called in England. The first book, I believe, came out in 1991. And from 1991 to 2007, where the last book, The Deathly Hallows, came out, the Harry Potter world kind of exploded. The book is written by J.K. Rowling. J.K. Rowling, she creates such a wonderful world. She creates a world where it's just so full of fantastic things in it. She did what Lucas did with the Star Wars movies, what Tolkien did with the Lord of the Rings books. And she created this world that was just so amazing. I mean, that's why we're getting more Harry Potter movies. Even though it's not a Harry Potter movie, it's set in the magical world. The first movie came out in 2001 with Harry Potter and the Sorcerer's Stone. And the movie stars 3 actors. It stars Daniel Radcliffe, who plays Harry Potter. And when I saw Harry Potter, I was a kid at the time. I was 10 years old when the first Harry Potter movie came out. And the movie, it was really my childhood, really. That and Lord of the Rings. But I grew up with Harry Potter, I really did. Because I was in college when the Harry Potter movies finally concluded. So, it's kind of a crazy thing that I go from 10 years old to, about 19 years old watching the Harry Potter movies. It's a movie series I grew up with, and I have more fond memories of the Harry Potter franchise than some people do. Some people don't like the movies. I like the movies very much. I think some of them aren't as true as the book, but I can live with that. When I was making this top 10, I was examining what movies are the best. So, with enough talking about the Harry Potter actors, let's get to the actual top 5. So, at number 5, I have Harry Potter and the Deathly Hallows Part 1. Now, I really like this movie. Some people don't like that split into 2 parts. One thing you have to understand, the Deathly Hallows was a big book. And a lot of stuff happened in the Deathly Hallows book. So you have to split that book into 2 parts. It is the only movie worth splitting into 2 parts. Why? Look at the Hunger Games movies. Once again, I'm bashing on the Hunger Games. Well, oh well. Here's one thing you have to realize about the Hunger Games split into 2 parts. They did it for money. Twilight did it for money. The Divergent movies are doing it for money. Harry Potter, were they doing it for money? They could have been, but they did it for a story purpose. Otherwise, the last part of the Harry Potter movies was going to be over like 4 hours long. And there was no way you could do it. Or you're going to condense the storyline, and it's not going to mean as much. What actually happened in the Harry Potter Part 1 and Part 2? Where nothing actually happened in the Hunger Games movie. Once again, I'm bashing on it. But Part 1, it takes place right after events of Half-Blood Prince. I'm not the biggest fan of Half-Blood Prince, because Half-Blood Prince is one of my favorite Harry Potter books. And I felt like David Yates butchered the books. Hallows was, the first part was directed by David Yates. And he did the 5th one, the 6th one, and the last parts of the last two. And I think he's also directed the Fantastic Beasts movie. What I really like about this movie was I just love them going after the Horcruxes. But there's also a lot of good action scenes. Like whenever they have the Harry Potter, whenever the characters all drink the Polyjuice potion. The Polyjuice potion is the name that turns you into someone else, which is a really cool thing. What I love about this scene, these characters, they all drink the Polyjuice potion to act as a diversion. The action is so cool. Seeing that Harry Potter action is just so cool to see. Harry, the symbolic of Harry riding with Hagrid, like Hagrid dropped him off at the beginning of the Sorcerer's Stone. Harry have to figure stuff out. The whole world turning against him. It's just, you see the world pretty much falls to darkness. And that's what I really like about this movie. It was a good part to the second half of the Deathly Hallows. Number 4, the movie that started it all, Harry Potter and the Sorcerer's Stone. Now, some people say this one is more kiddie. It is. But what this movie also does is it introduces you to the world of Harry Potter. One thing this movie really is, it's really the first coming-of-age story of the Harry Potters. Because you introduce this kid, Harry, who his family treats him like, his family teaches him like crap. And next thing you know it, he finds out he's this wizard. He's not just a wizard. He is the most famous wizard in the world, probably next to Dumbledore. But what this movie does, it introduces you to the world. It does what like what Lord of the Rings does, in the Fellowship of the Ring does to the Harry Potter movies. It introduces you to this magical world of the Wizard world, a world that happens in our same world, which is really cool. The Quidditch match was pretty cool too. There's just so much cool stuff to see in Sorcerer's Stone that really introduces you to the Harry Potter world. And Chris Columbus, as the director of the Sorcerer's Stone, does a great job. The actors are a little weak for the kid actors, but I mean you can forgive them because they get better as the series goes along. My number 3 is Harry Potter and the Order of the Phoenix. I love this movie. One thing I really like about this movie is I didn't like the Goblet of Fire, and I think the direction of that movie was really weak. And a lot of the cool stuff that happens in the books of the Goblet of Fire does not happen in the movie, which makes the movie really weak. But Order of the Phoenix did a really good job of showing Harry fighting his self-doubt. He's like, am I turning into a bad guy? Am I still the good guy? And that's what I really like. You don't want to see the hero just go from one step to like, I'm a good guy. It's like if Luke never felt the temptation of the dark side at all in Star Wars. You need that self-doubt for Harry Potter in this movie. And I thought Daniel Radcliffe did a good job in this movie. It's also the first movie directed by David Yates, and you really feel the tone of this dark world. The world that's really fallen from the good periods before Voldemort returns. And Voldemort was a complete badass. The fight between Voldemort and Albus Dumbledore was awesome. The best Harry Potter duel of all time. It's just so cool to see. And also the sad death of Sirius Black. Oh man, wow. It's just, that hurt. Gary Oldman plays Sirius Black really well. I'll talk a little more about that in a future movie. But I really love Order of the Phoenix. I thought it has such a cool tone. And it's really paced really well. Also, you have Dolores Umbridge. Believe it, you hated her more than you hated Voldemort. My number 2 is Harry Potter and the Deathly Hallows Part 2. Now, this is the conclusion to the Harry Potter franchise. And it's a great conclusion. You have the Battle of Hogwarts. You have the heist into Gringotts. You have the final conclusion of Voldemort dying. And it's just a great movie. It's a great conclusion to the Harry Potter franchise. I don't like Harry breaking the Elder Wand with his hands. That's stupid. There's a lot of things I don't like about this movie. There's a lot of little stuff I don't like about the movie, but I can forgive that. What was so good about splitting this movie into 2 parts? You get all the story elements out of the way, and part 2, you do the action. You can tell a really easy, breezy story. And that's what this one is. It's really good versus evil. What the original Star Wars, what Lord of the Rings taught us when we were younger. Great movie, and it would be the best in the franchise, but there is one movie that just hit me, and it's one of my favorite movies of all time. And my number 1 Harry Potter movie of all time is Harry Potter and the Prisoner of Azkaban. Now, this one is directed by Alfonso Cuarón, who later directs a movie called Gravity. I'm not crazy about Gravity, mainly because I don't like Sandra Bullock's character, but beside that point, the third movie of the Harry Potter franchise is pretty perfect. The first movie, bro, you really see the acting really come to a play. Daniel Radcliffe plays awesome. Emma Watson, really great as Hermione in this movie. And what I really like about it is really a standalone story. It doesn't really have much to do with Voldemort, other than Peter Pettigrew being the man who betrayed Harry's parents. But other than that, there is not much of a connection. You can watch Harry Potter. I can watch Harry Potter and the Prisoner of Azkaban by itself without having to watch any of the other Harry Potter movies. It's a complete, utter, standalone Harry Potter movie. But this movie's also a science fiction movie. What? Yes, it goes into the science fiction whenever they use time traveling. And the time travel element of this movie is incredibly well done. The guy who plays Remus Lupin, he does a great job in this performance. Also, he introduced a new Dumbledore, and this Dumbledore, I like the original Dumbledore from Sorcerer's Stone Chamber of Secrets better, but he died, so there's not much you can do about that. But what I like about this guy was, in the third movie, at least in the third movie, he was more like Yoda. He spoke in riddles. And that's what I really liked about this. I wish he would have directed another Harry Potter movie. But another thing is, in the first two Harry Potter movies, you always hear Harry's going to be a powerful wizard one day. This is the first movie you actually see it, where he used the Expecto Patronum charm to blow all the Dementors away. It was incredibly done. That's why Harry Potter and the Prisoner of Azkaban is the greatest Harry Potter movie of all time. There's no Harry Potter movie that really compares to it, and that's why I'm hoping in Fantastic Beasts. I hope it becomes a great standalone movie that doesn't try to be a prequel like the Hobbits were or the Star Wars prequels were. I just hope it's a good movie, and that's why I love Harry Potter and the Prisoner of Azkaban, and that is my top 5 Harry Potter movies. So guys, that's my top 5 Harry Potter movies. So tell me in the comments below, what is your top 5 Harry Potter movies, or what's your favorite, or if you're a wizard, what would be your favorite spell? Whatever it is, comment below, let me know. And if you like this video, click that like button and subscribe to see more. All too easy.